you are intentional about living your life, you can actually create one that feels really good, that you love.
It's just noticing first how you're living, how you're existing now, how that's making you feel, and then what to do with it. What really has made a huge difference in my life is functioning from a place of intention, from a place that is regulated, relaxed, not constantly on.
Life can get the best of you. If life is getting the best of you, you're letting it in some way. You don't even realize it. It's truly important to make time for your own inner well-being as well as the exterior. You do have to come back to it because your external world is affecting the internal world as well. It is reciprocal. Your home is meant to be your sanctuary. But did you ever think about how it's actually affecting your nervous system and winding you up even more? Well, on this episode of the Spirit and Soul podcast, we have Brittney Krauss, Spirit and Soul's own creative director, here to talk all about what your space is saying about your nervous system. And also, we are going to get into how we create all of the products that you see at Spirit and Soul. So I'm so excited. Brittney, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, girl, hey.
All right. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, about what you do, how you got into this work?
So I am a fashion industry veteran of over 13 years. Corporate life just never felt so great to me. So I wanted to do a pivot into more intentional work. And here I am.
Well, we're so
Yeah.
excited to have you. How'd you get into like all the manifestation work that you do and all the energetic work and really into understanding the nervous system and how your space plays a role in that?
Well, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis for it must be over 10 years now. And I did all of the things, all of the medical angles, and I still do those today. But what really has made a huge difference in my life is functioning from a place of intention, from a place that is regulated, relaxed, not constantly on. And I also have had chronic anxiety for my entire life that I can possibly remember. So those two things combined do not equal a very peaceful way of living.
I
So
can imagine.
yeah. And also you can also imagine the corporate job not helping that either. So that mix of things really changed the way I wanted to live, how I needed to see things. So I started going down the route of holistic living, healthy living, getting rid of all of the chemicals and things like that. And I feel like when you go into that journey of the food, the chemicals, it automatically leads you to this stuff as well because you're like, oh, if that's true, what else is true?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that led me down the path of meditation and then Reiki and, those were my gateway drugs.
Yeah, of course. Well, 100%. I mean, I think that either way, I feel like for me, I didn't go down like the wellness aspect first. I really went down the spiritual aspect first, which then led me to wellness. So I feel
They go
like
hand in hand.
they
It's
go
like,
hand
where
in
do you
hand.
begin? You end up in one way with the other.
Exactly. It's like everything is energy, right? And then as you start to understand that and understand that everything is energy and like even the foods that you put in your body or the other way around, you're
Yep.
looking at it and saying, what am I putting in my body? And then wait a second, what about my energetic body? It like kind of all goes hand
Yep.
in hand. All right. So you're diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. You start going down this pathway. And now as you're going down this spiritual path, where is that leading you as far as like your healing journey and how did you get to the nervous system itself?
I would say, as far as the healing journey goes, it expedited my healing. Like, I was in a place for a really long time where I could not function,
Wow.
could not function. And don't get me wrong, I still have my days, but in comparison to what it once was, night and day. I began learning about breathwork through meditation, but in additionally to that, I practiced it the first time when I was giving birth. So I used it. I had like a 3-day labor. It
Oh
was
my
absolutely
God.
insane that I wound up having her naturally when they wanted me to do a C-section. And the way I was able to stick with it for that long was my doula teaching me breath work. I swear for a solid 24 hours of those 3 days, I went into a different world, a different dimension. I was just breathing with my eyes closed. And that's how I got to where I needed to be. So it was almost accidental that I added breath work to my toolbox per se, because I was already a very spiritual person with a meditation practice. So it kind of just got added on. I fell absolutely in love with it. once I started using it regularly, not just in insane situations like giving birth. And I realized like, oh, I'm not breathing. I'm not breathing at all. I'm holding my breath.
Mm,
And I feel like most of us do that without realizing it. And yes, I use breath work intentionally in healing, in classes, in meditation, but I use it every second of my freaking day. I use it every second that I'm feeling myself get out of a regulated place. Okay,
breathing. Yeah.
taking a minute. And it's
Mm,
honestly that simple. It's so easy, and that's why I love it. I love it because it's free. I love it because breath literally is life. If you're not breathing, you are non-existent.
for sure.
It's tied in every place, and I think people get a little intimidated when they hear work, when they hear breath work, because,
Mhm.
that's what we associate the word with, um, like a negative connotation of the word work, but truly, breath work can be in this moment right now, or it could be an hour class where you get yourself convulsing and letting things go. It ranges, and both of them have their place.
So breath work is so powerful. It
Mm,
is so powerful for the nervous system because that can bring you back in a
yes.
heartbeat. But also if you work with breath work and you work with the breath and intentionally breathe, you can actually, like Brittany said, like kind of send yourself into
Mhm.
another
An altered
place.
state.
Absolutely. And you can do, there's so much healing that can happen there, or you can go into this like beautiful, like Britt said, like this altered state
Mhm.
where you're in this more higher frequency cosmic state. And I feel like the first time that I ever did breath work, it was profound. I mean, like I didn't actually expect it, like
Mhm.
because you
She's
think
like,
of
"What? I'm seeing God."
yeah, well, I really was like I was like having like a healing
Yeah.
experience, and me Andrew and I, we both didn't expect it. We thought it
Mhm.
was gonna be relaxing, and we walked out of there, we were,
Which,
like,
don't get me
bawling.
wrong, there are times where it can be, but not in that kind of situation.
Yeah, not like when you're going in for healing,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that that's what we were doing.
Yes.
I mean, I kind of did. It was like a breath work and Reiki, and I was like, "Okay, it's gonna be nice and
Yep.
relaxing." Yeah, oh, no,
Yep.
it
Yep.
was not, but it was so profound. Like, I
Yes.
was like, "Oh my god, I have to bring this to
Yep.
spirit and soul," and that's really what happened. We started bringing in breath work, but I feel like it's something that is overlooked
Yes.
by a lot of people because it's like, well, it's just breathing. Well, because you take breathing for granted.
Yeah.
You take this life force for granted because you just do it
Mhm.
automatically. And so you don't even think about it. But like Britt said, I think most of us go throughout our day and doing things and we are holding our
Mhm.
breath.
It'll change your life if you just notice.
Yeah. But what
Just simple
happens if
notice.
you are like, why are we holding our breath?
When you're holding your breath, it's putting you in a state of stress. Think
Mm,
about it when we all know that when we're in a state of anxiety, it's because our bodies feel like we're being chased by the lion. I feel like most of us have heard that
hmm.
analogy
Yep.
before. You are putting all of your energy into surviving, right? So you're taking your energy out of breathing, of resting. You're using your reserves to move, 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 move. So you're not breathing.
Mm.
So if you just do the opposite of that, and you take a moment, you breathe, you're automatically altering that state and entering into the parasympathetic nervous system.
Yeah. And if like and it's like a deep breath, not just like a
Mhm.
short breath, right? Because I feel like when you're stressed, it's so easy like to take a
Shallow.
deep breath and you
Yeah.
take that and it's like really more in like the upper
Mhm.
lungs, but
Yep.
you have to intentionally bring it all
Yep.
the way down to
And it's
start
so
to
much
regulate.
easier to do that when you just notice it. You just take a moment right now.
Mm. I hope you all did that
Yeah.
at home. Do you ever are you like this too where somebody will like it could be any situation. If
Yeah.
they say the word breathe, I'm
Oh, yeah.
automatically then
Oh,
aware of my
yeah.
breath and I have to take a deep
Mhm.
breath
And it
in.
used to stress me out more. It used to stress me out more because I was like, "Oh, I'm not breathing. Oh my god, I'm not breathing." And then my heart would race, and then I realized, like, no, just reframe it. It's just the trigger for you to know what to do with it, right? You just need to know the calm down and the deepening of the breath. It's shallow or it's deep, and you have every moment to fix it. If you go right back, that's fine. You just bring yourself back into that longer, deeper breath.
So, obviously, breath work is amazing for nervous system regulation. We just said it's good for healing. Can you just show us maybe one round of breath, like an easy, something
Yes.
simple that even if somebody's driving in their car right now that they could
Mhm.
do that could, and then tell us what state it
Yeah.
would put you in?
So, my favorite thing to do, because some people have a difficult time with the counting, right? So, which I do count sometimes, but this is one I do without it. So it doesn't get me like into that place where I'm paying attention. All you want to do is just take a deep breath in and then take a deep breath out for double or just longer of the time that you took the breath in. So we'll do that
Okay.
right now.
All right.
Breathing
Yeah.
in and out.
Oh
And you
my
see
God.
how simple it
Such a
is?
shift though, for
Such a
real.
shift. And it's like the simplest one. And
So
it's the most,
simple.
at least for me, the most effective. And I
I
like
love
to
that.
stress that you don't even have, like, if you're somebody that likes to count, count. If you're
Right.
somebody that doesn't, don't. And just know, hey, this is longer out than in. And you already got yourself lowered into the normal, your baseline brain state. Okay. You're not any longer in that activated mode
Like
in
that
just a
stress
breath,
state.
that stress state.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hmm.
Oh, I love it. So this is obviously such a beautiful tool in the toolbox for regulating the nervous system. But, I know Brit. If you know Brit, you
I'm like,
know
where is she going with
that she is very much into aesthetics, right? So how, my friend, did you realize that your nervous system was actually being affected by your
by your
space?
surroundings.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like this is something we all innately know, but don't realize. Okay.
Mhm.
Just think about when you go into a place where things are out of place and just notice. It's all just about the art of noticing. What do I feel in this room? Am I triggered by, okay, I'm looking in this corner and oh my God, that there's a box in that corner and I need to put that away. And oh, wait. And that takes you down a cycle of to dos, right? If you simply enter a space that is void of to dos, if you enter a space that is feeling intentional and calm, it automatically stops those thought processes for you.
So then talk to me about because let tell everybody about what you're doing and like the different types of programs that you're running because they're so interesting the ones that you're doing at Spirit and Soul. So talk about the different like the aspects of the space, how you look at it so that you can help to regulate somebody's nervous
Yeah.
system just through their own surroundings.
Yeah. So specifically, through your space, if we're gonna be going at it through that lens, we have well actually I'll take a step back because we have the subconscious space method that I have. It is a course where it is a few months span, it's about 6 months, and it's a very tight-knit, small group where we really go into starting off with the two homes, right? Your first home is your inner body, and your second home is your space. So
Mm.
that's the whole process that I like to go at it from, and then things kind of fork off. So I'll start with the first half of the course is getting your home, your inner home, your body that you take with you everywhere that you can't escape, regulated and like cleaned out per se, decluttered. Then, only then, once we feel like we're in a good place of spending the first couple of months looking at that, and we use a whole bunch of different tools for that. We use astrology, so you can learn to use that to your advantage. We use
Mm.
um, regulating your nervous system. Like I have a whole toolbox that I teach people, and I give you guys so many things. We're all so different, right?
Okay.
So, leading there, once you're in a good space, internally, physically, mentally, emotionally, that's when we go into the physical portion of the course, right? So that's when we look at your home. How are you living? It's just noticing first how you're living, how you're existing now, how that's making you feel, and then what to do with it. Because there may be certain things that drive me insane and you're fine with it. And that is the lens that we need to go at it from of what works for you. It's
Mm.
not about what works for me in your home and vice versa. And then we go into, are there places that are triggering us? Are there spaces that we have outgrown? Are we still living for a version of ourselves that once worked from home and no longer works from home, for example, right? Or are you now working from home and you don't have a quiet space to do that, right? So these are just ways that we intentionally look at everything within that course. Now, That's my whole, like, ethos of how I look at things, which is why I want to start there and use that as the example. But there's also things like, the offerings I have there, the alignment session, and that's using everything. That's more of a healing-based one-on-one service that I have going that we tailor everything to you using all of the modalities. So we could be using a whole lot of breath work in that one
Session.
session, or we could use none. We could use Reiki. We could use cards. It could be a lot of talk. It could be a whole bunch of different modalities that we use for that, right? So that's more of the end where it's a one on one session for the self. Then we have a space audit type session where, and this one I am so excited about. This is an intentionally virtual session where you are in your own space. And we do about 60 to 90 minutes talking about what your goals are, how you're living, how does your space support you? And maybe there's things that you are not seeing because you're in that space every day. So we work together one on one to go at it from a one on one angle.
I love that so much. And
Mhm.
I just think that we just don't realize how much our space does affect us
Oh my
because
God,
we live in it
huge.
all the time. Again, it's like being very aware.
Mhm.
I will tell you that Britt knew from last year I had said like, "Oh, I just really like I can't stand my room. I
Mhm.
can't stand my bedroom." And it was like really like bringing me down. I never wanted to be in there. I would always just let it be like the dumping ground for like all the things. So like
Yep.
the whole house would be clean, but like that my room would be cluttered. And I didn't like my furniture. I didn't like the wall color. I didn't like the energy. Even though I painted it, I picked everything out. It was almost like, as I grew out of it, I just became a different person, and so, like,
Mhm.
I didn't fit in that room anymore, like, it just there was something about it, and
And
so
that's
I
so common.
yeah, and I just never wanted to be in it, and then at the end of the year, that this past year, I was like, "I cannot do this
Mhm.
anymore." And so I went out and I got a new bedroom set. It was not on my bingo card for the end of 2025, but I was
Like,
like,
what's
let
not
me go do
new?
this. Yeah.
Surprise.
I needed it. And like I was like, I
Mhm.
told my husband, I'm like, we're gonna paint, we're gonna do all this thing. He's like, you are crazy. But the complete energy of that room
Mhm.
shifted. It is no longer the dumping ground for everything at all. It is
Mhm.
the room that like I find the most peace in. Like I even put like
Mhm.
Himalayan like pink salt lamps in there, not just
Yep.
lamps, but they're the light bulb
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
Right? I put that in there and like it brings me so much peace and like my
Mhm.
headboard looks like a
It
portal
is a
like
portal.
and ever since then though, life has been so different for me. Like
Mhm.
so
And
different.
it also, the bedroom specifically reflects the self, because think about your home. Even though the home in itself is a private space, there are public spaces and private spaces within that home. So you're neglecting yourself if you're just using that as a dumping ground.
Damn.
So it's so much deeper. It's so much deeper than like, oh, I just have clutter in my bedroom. And we don't think of it like that. It's all subconscious, right?
Mhm.
And you're blocking, there's, feng shui things that lead into this too. But that's why I feel like it's such a deeply personalized experience when you do look at your home, because again, that's reflecting on some inner work that you might have to do too, right?
Absolutely.
It ties directly into the nervous system, and it's
Absolutely.
a feedback loop.
Wow.
Hmm.
So, what have you seen now as people are really implementing this, like the different aspects of what you teach in the subconscious space method? Because, first of all, if you are interested in this, Brittany is going to be running it again very, very soon, or at least
Yep.
opening up the wait list
Yep.
for it because everybody's just talking about how amazing it is, how different they feel. So, like, what are the feedback, even just because it's not even fully done yet? This,
No, we're
yeah,
only going on our 3rd month,
yeah,
actually, and there's such huge shifts that are happening. I would say the first one that comes to mind is people saying, like, they feel like they understand themselves a little bit better.
wow.
Yeah, it's like a permission slip. So we spent a good amount of time in the first class going over the moon sign, and the moon sign is your internal landscape, how you
Mhm.
feel, and that is directly related to your home, right?
Wow.
So again, the 2 homes that's coming back in. And when people got the understanding of, this is how I process emotions, and these are the ways that I can comfort myself. I can bring myself back, and that's what works for me, but doesn't work for her, doesn't work for her. It makes people feel seen. Like, I
Mhm.
remember I had one person say, all I want to do when I'm frustrated is just go for a walk, but I feel guilty going for that walk because I should be getting things done. But what was on the list for her in her moon sign? Go for a walk, move your body.
Wow.
Because I think she was like a Sagittarius, or she was definitely a fire sign. So it was move, move.
Wow.
So that's been a huge portion. And just the overall noticing. I feel like something that is so severely ignored in this world, because we are so inundated with everything left, right, and center, is the art of simply noticing. You can't know that you need to heal it without first realizing that's off kilter for you.
Yeah, I always say self-awareness is the secret sauce
Hmm.
to anything. You have to be aware of everything, of yourself, of your surroundings. How is that affecting
Yep.
you? Because when you are aware, then it's like you can't unsee it,
Yes.
right? When you are aware, all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a second, I always do this, or oh, wait a
And
second,
why?
yeah, why do I
Yep.
do this, right? As soon as you can
I don't
like
even
ask
like that I
yourself,
do this. And
exactly.
it's like the important part too is non-judgment, practicing non-judgment. Because so many people be like, oh my God, no, I can't have you look at my house. Da, da." Non-judgment. It is what it is for a reason. It is without any connotations or applications that we add to it. It just is. And we can either continue it or change it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think too, like, because I know people like to use the word, "Oh, I'm just busy,"
Hmm.
as an excuse for just about everything,
Yes.
for not doing things, okay? For not doing. And the thing is, like, I get it. Listen, you're talking right now to 2 very busy
Extremely
women.
busy people.
However, we make the space, right, to get things done. You're never gonna find the time, you're gonna make the time, and it's
Mhm.
truly important to make time for your own inner well-being as well as the exterior. And sometimes, like I said this in my stories recently, like, sometimes you do have to choose,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying that you don't, but at some point you do have to come back to it because your
Yes.
external world is affecting the internal world as well. It is reciprocal, right? So if you are, feeling chaotic on the
Mhm.
inside, chances are that your house looks chaotic.
100%.
Yeah, and if you could start to, okay, now you know what? I don't want to feel
Mhm.
chaotic inside anymore. Let me do one thing I can control, which you can control that, right? So
Totally.
then clear that out, and now you're going to see that already the chaos
Yes.
inside starts to dissipate.
It actually adds more time to your schedule because everything has a home, everything has a place. You already know your process of when you come home, what you're doing, and you don't have to go back, right? And you don't have to think. It actually takes things off your plate if you just give yourself a little bit of love and make the foundations. Just
Yeah,
need the foundations,
absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh, I love this. I
right?
love it.
It's so fun. Like
I
people get
know.
really overwhelmed by it. Like it's so fun and it's so
So
worth
good.
it and it gives so much joy.
Well, listen, here's what we're doing. So, if these things are resonating with you, Brittany is doing a 15% off for the listeners. You can use what code do we want to use?
Oh,
We didn't make the code yet, but we're going to make it right after this. We're going to use code reset, nervous,
reset.
yeah,
Reset. That's cute.
reset. And you can head on over to spiritandsoulstudio.com/Brittany, Brittney, and you can check out what she has going on. Use
Mhm,
that code reset and explore this for yourself because it's
mhm.
so powerful.
And I always tell people too, like, if you have questions or you want to know more about, like, DM me. I
Where
have
where
so
can they
much
find you?
fun. It's on Instagram at a.bougie.hippie.
All right. So let's switch gears for a minute because I'm really excited to talk about this. So, if you love the spirit and soul products that we create, you're looking at the two masterminds here.
Truly the
Okay.
masterminds.
Yeah, for real. Of creating the
Mhm.
manifestors, of the pens, the totems,
Candles, pens,
yeah, all the
totems.
different things. We have some new things coming out. We
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want
like,
to
what
we don't
have
want to
we
give it
not
away. I
released
know.
yet?
But this is where like the magic
Mhm.
happens. It's like we look at our lives and it's really comes down to
Yeah.
intentional living. And this is what, the nervous system aspect, but yes, but also it's carrying this energy through of the
Mhm.
manifestations, of the healing, of all of that. It's carrying it through into the daily practice
And
because
it's making it fun.
it's making it fun, absolutely, but it also brings you into the present moment. That's what I say
Yes.
with
Yes.
rituals, with these little daily rituals. It keeps you coming back into the present moment.
Mhm.
We get stuck in the mind,
Mhm.
right? And
Yep.
the mind does two things. It really goes into the past for the most part. It's
Mhm.
living in the past, the known past, or it's bringing you into the future because you're manifesting, right? You're thinking about,
Yep.
okay, I'm going to, I'm living into this next
We're
little
always
version of
time
myself.
traveling.
Exactly. But those rituals bring you into the present moment and they help you to become aware,
Yep.
right, of the present moment. So, um, Brittany and I will sit down and
Mhm.
create the things that we really love. So manifestors.
Yep.
Can we talk about that for a minute? How we created those?
Yes. Oh my
All right. We were inspired by a product that we had
god.
here at Spirit and Soul, but
Mhm.
they never really spoke 100% to
We
us. We like
realized we were using them a very different way than they were
than they were
intended.
intended. We're
Yeah.
like, well, I use it for this.
Yep.
I use it
We're
for this.
like, "Oh."
So different than what it was. It was very chakra based,
Mhm.
and we were looking at it more intention based. Like we were looking at the intention
Yep.
of the crystal behind it. And then so what happened was even like there was on if you've ever seen our manifestors, they are a long glass tube with like a little bulb on the
Yeah.
bottom. It doesn't come off. And then on the top, there is a beautiful little symbol. And it was a similar
Mhm.
design, but the design on the other ones just had the chakra. It was just chakra based. And like so the design didn't fit and like
Yeah.
all of this and I was just like, we have to make our own intention
Mhm.
based ones. And so
Oh, they were
we
so game
did.
changing.
And so we did and they are so
They're the
freaking
best.
beautiful.
They're like my favorite part of my morning. Like,
So
I'm
good.
not just saying that because we created them. Like,
No.
if I don't do it in my morning, I'm like, "Wait, this coffee isn't right." Like,
Me
it
too.
changes my morning.
Me
It changes
too.
it.
It is absolutely my favorite part. And the intention behind them is when you use these manifestors in whatever it is you want. It could be
Mhm.
your coffee, your tea, your water. It could be you can even
Whenever
cook
I
with
make soup,
them.
I use
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah,
Stews,
exactly.
pastas.
So like you can use it in anything like that.
Mhm.
And when you use it, you're speaking intentions, you're speaking
Yes.
affirmations into your food, into your coffee in the morning. And as you're doing that, because of the crystals, because of the intention in the little design that's at the top, you are getting all of that infused into whatever it is you're going to eat or drink. And then that becomes now a crystal elixir. That is the intention behind it. And that's what happens. I mean, if you read about crystal
Mhm.
elixirs, this is what it is, right? So, moon waters, things like
Yep.
that, it's crystals inside of a liquid. So, that is the intention. And you start every single day with that. When you ingest it, you are it now becomes a part of you. It
Mhm.
becomes a part of
You're
your
taking
physical
on that
DNA.
energy.
Yeah, it's so
Mhm.
powerful. And so we decided to create our own.
Yeah, we did.
So where did we do this? Where did we create them?
Joe Dispenza's retreat.
So last
What
year,
better place?
it was so unexpected because we knew we were doing this. We had already
Yeah.
started to plan it and things like that.
The
But
idea had already taken root.
yeah, but all of a sudden we're sitting in Joe Dispenza and like you had to get there really
Mhm.
early. It was
Oh my god,
actually
painfully early.
it was great. Like, that was, like,
Hours.
really crazy,
Yeah.
but because you had to, like, actually run for your
Yeah.
seat, it was
Oh
insane.
my
There was no
god.
assigned seating. So, we
Great
would ha
retreat, can't
oh,
relive that
got
part.
so much out of it, but, like, I wish that they could do that better, that's for
Yeah.
sure. All of a sudden, Brittany takes out her computer. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I was like, "I'm not wasting time just sitting here."
Yeah.
We're
So we
doing
we were
stuff.
in LA for this, by the
Yeah.
way. So we're in LA. We have our Air One. Actually, I think Andrew ran out to like
He
go
did.
meet the door, like not DoorDash, but whatever it was, kind of guy, with our Air
Oh
One.
my
And
god.
she's sitting there and she
The
takes out her
best.
computer. I'm like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, let's start designing." And so that's what we
Yep.
did during that. So every time we had a break, she would take out her computer
Yep.
and we would sit and design the manifestors. And so they all have this energy infusion
Yeah.
of that quantum field energy.
It's so cool. And
Oh
you
my
can
god.
feel it. Like, once we got them, we were like, "Oh,
Yeah, it was
what?"
so good, so good. And then we had that, and then from there, I was like, "Well, Britt, like, you know what I really wish that I had though? I really wish I had them on the go. I want
Mhm.
my manifestors on the go so that when I get my Starbucks, I can also infuse them, and
Yep.
when I go out to dinner, I can infuse my drink
Yep.
there." And she's like, "I'm on it." And we made mini versions of them.
And they're
So
the
they're
cutest.
the cutest. They are the best. And then she's like, "Well, you're not gonna want to take all three with you in
Mhm.
your pocketbook. We're gonna need sleeves." And so this is how Brittany and I really like work together
Mhm.
because she knows like the little details that I'm like, "I want
Mhm.
this, Britt," and she's like, "Okay, got it." Like
Dude, noted. See you soon.
Yep. And then she comes back. She's like, okay, here we go. And then I know she means business when she turns her computer around. She's like, here we go. Look over here.
So is it my dramatic
Yeah,
reveal?
it is. It is the dramatic reveal. So from there, we've created the mini
Mhm.
manifestors, which if you don't have a travel kit,
Oh my
you're
god.
not living. If you don't have any of these
You're
things,
not
you're not actually living. Because
truly
the
though.
point is like the point of it is to continuously
Yeah.
bring yourself back
Mhm.
into ritual. When you do that, you're bringing yourself in these moments. It's a moment out of your day.
Yep.
You're bringing yourself
The
back into your
rituals are not
soul.
just for your morning and your night
Mm-mm.
routine.
You
It's
have to
like how you
weave.
live.
You have to weave.
Yep.
So we did that. Then the pens, which
Yep.
are
Oh my
so
god.
amazing. The
Pens.
channel
The
pens,
pens. The pens are a game changer.
love
Listen,
them.
these are all our children, but like the
They are
pens too. Oh
the
my
pens.
god.
I know. And sometimes what we do is like we have
We
all
went
the
wild with the
intentions.
pens.
Yeah, we went wild. So like we have all the intentions for like everything, and we'll write it down, and then we'll choose the ones that we think people will
Mhm.
resonate with the most first, right? So, but with
That did not happen with the pens.
the pens, we were like
That did not happen.
all,
You're like,
all
I was like, I
of
can't
the
leave any of
pens.
these babies behind. Like,
Yeah, because we're like, all right, should we?
I no.
Maybe we should not do worthy. I'm like, absolutely not. Put that in there. Maybe we shouldn't do. No, put it in
Yeah.
there. And
I
it
was like,
was
well, we have to. All right, and then 9 pens later, but
not.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
that's good.
I use them all.
I use them
There's
all.
never one I don't.
So explain our pens.
Yeah. So our pens have crystal intentions written on the body of them. So that is an affirmation that you can use. And it also tells you what the pen is for. And then there are specifically chosen crystals that go back to that intention. So when you are writing, you are quite literally, and why we call them channel pens, channeling this energy into your words, into your notebook. So
Yeah,
you are going from creator into the creation.
I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the pen is the wand, right? The
Yeah.
pen's the magic wand.
Yeah,
So you're
baby.
channeling it right through, and it's like taking the think about like the ethereal idea of like some of an inspiration of a thought, because a thought doesn't have a physical form, right?
Yeah.
It's just in your mind, but it doesn't have a physical form.
Every great creator talks about that, how they're like, "I didn't create this. It was given to me."
Yeah. So like then even if you're like just journaling, right? Like even if you're writing down your feelings don't have physical form.
Mhm.
None of these things that are happening on the inside in that way
Yeah.
actually have a physical form. And so when you actually take it
Mhm.
and channel it through the pen, you're channeling it through the
Yeah.
pen and you're giving it a physical form by putting it on paper.
Mhm.
And so the pens really needed to be very intentional. If you're just using
Mhm.
like a plain old Bic pen, well, like
What energy
what
are you giving
energy?
that? It's just
Yeah.
a tool.
Right. So, like, even if you're
Mhm.
like writing and like you may sit there and say, like, oh, it doesn't matter. Everything is energy, my
Mhm.
friend.
Then you're putting the
Everything
intention that what I'm doing doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Wouldn't they
Yeah.
say how you do one thing is how you do everything?
Oh, yeah. And so it does make a big difference
Mhm.
in our world.
Yes.
I mean, let's take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But like in our world, these things make a huge
Mhm.
difference, and they do. And you see, we have so many people coming back to us saying,
Oh
like,
my
I
god.
have all the pens,
Yes.
I use them for all these different things, and it makes a difference in the energy of how you do
Mhm.
something.
It feels so much more special. And like I think at the end of the day, at least for me, it comes back to what's bringing me joy. What's bringing me joy? Using this beautiful intentional item makes the moment, the mundane moment, feel so much more special.
Totally.
And you're just saying in that when you're in joy, you're in that higher vibration, and there you go.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we talk about all the time. It comes right back into your manifestations. It's another feedback loop.
All right. So now, this is Brit's baby. Talk about the totems.
Oh, the totems.
I love totems so much.
I can't believe how much of a hit they've become because,
They're
like,
huge. They're one of our biggest sellers.
it's so funny because I would always create for myself my own little like pouch where I would have all of my little things because I need my stuff on the go.
Like little things like what?
Like my little selenite, my little black tourmaline, whatever my intention was. I would have like my money intention. I would have a whole bunch of crystals and then I would take Frank's oils and I would buy off of Amazon like the little bottles and I would just fill them and take them with me. But that was annoying because I didn't know which ones were which and I would get confused and whatever. So I was like, we need to make this better. We need to make this
No.
like an
First of
upgrade.
all, first of all, she takes it out of her bag one day and starts taking her things out, and I'm like, "What is
What is
that?"
that?
And
Where I
she's
had a
like,
salt packet in it
she's
too.
like, "Oh, yeah, her little salt packet." I'm like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, it's just like the little things I carry around." And I was like, "What's in
What
there?"
do you mean?
And she's like, "Oh, a selenite, a little mini Frank oil." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I'm like, "We have to make this a thing. This is so cute," because like I was carrying around like the big bottles in my bag, and I'm like,
It's such
becomes
a
a lot.
pain. Yeah.
So, and of course, I have like 5,000 crystals in
Yep.
my bag, like just thrown in there, but this is so much more intentional,
Mhm.
right? So,
So
so tell them
much.
the idea behind the totem and what it is.
Yeah, so the totems are little individual packets that like little bags that we have that are intention based. And then we choose the items that go back into that intention. And then it's easy for you to just take on the go with you. So you're not grabbing your items here, there, far left, and center, right? And we have a whole bunch of different intentions for each one. So you can choose the ones that we pre selected. Or you can visit the totem bar, which is my favorite thing to do, and create your own or add to the existing ones that you have. So we do custom totems for
All
people.
the time.
Yeah, we do like let's say it's like a money totem, but you're like, "Oh, I'm working through this aspect of money, whatever." We'll tell you what to add and what to switch up.
Yeah, I love them. I think they're so great. And first of all, I just want to say too that the bag itself
Mhm.
is so cute. It's like they're beige and of course they're aesthetic, right? So
Everything's
it
beautiful.
should be. It has to be. So,
Yes.
like, and they have a little button on it so it keeps
Mhm.
them closed. So it's not the drawstring bags. It's not like anything. It's not like one of our spirit and soul
Yep.
canvas bags or anything like
No,
that.
they're
This is
fancy.
it's very cute. It's like
Mhm.
faux leather
Yeah.
feel that it has to it.
Yep.
And then you open it up, and if it is a pre-chosen bag intention bag, it will say what it is. So you
Mhm.
know
They're
exactly what it
all
is.
labeled.
Yeah. And then on the inside, let's say if it's the money kit, right? So we have a
Mhm.
cash kit. The cash kit has all the different items that come with a cash kit. It has Frank's mini money
Mhm.
spray. It has a green aventurine. It's got a few other items that you can spray your wallet with on the go. Let's say that you ready? Let's say that you pick up a little scratchy, a little lotto
Mhm.
scratchy on
Oh,
the
I
go.
love that.
Okay, grab your little lotto scratchy. Before you're gonna scratch it, take out your totem,
Spray yourself.
spray yourself, and are you ready? Why would you not scratch the scratchy with
The coin,
the
the
Chinese
Chinese coin.
fortune
Of
coin that which
course
is in
you
every
would.
single one? Of course you're going to. Like these
We
are
have
the
to
little
talk about
things.
this on the live
And
sale.
yeah, we do. And you're gonna hold the green aventurine in your hand. You're gonna hold the crystals in your hand. Like all the things are
I
available for
love
you, right?
that.
And you have it on the go. And then like you're welcome when you win that jackpot, baby.
And then you
Win
tell
that
us you won
jackpot.
and how much you won and how exciting
Well,
that
don't
is.
forget your friends
Yeah.
over at Spirit and Soul that gave you the idea. Okay, when you win that jackpot.
Just know you love us too.
Yes. But yeah, it's these little things. Another one too. I
Yeah.
actually wanted this one because I travel a lot. Is the
Mhm.
carry-on kit, and this one I tell people, anybody that's traveling, I'm like, you need
You
the
have
carry-on
to.
kit.
You
I
have
use it
to.
all the time. And it comes with an oil, and then I always, and a few different items, and then I always tell people to add on because this is what I add on to mine is the protection oil as well because it
That
comes with the empowered empath
yeah.
oil because you don't want to take on anybody else's energy.
Yeah.
But also, I like to add in the Michael oil because it adds in a
Because you're
layer
moving
of
around.
protection.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there's just so much to support you,
Mhm.
and you're taking it on the
Yep.
go. So, I love our totems so much.
Mhm.
And they really are just like an incredible part
Yeah. And
of
I love, like, the calm kit for people that have anxiety, things like that. I feel
yeah.
like that's like a throw that in your pocket.
Yeah. So these are
Yep.
all just ways that you can weave in
Mhm.
intention into your day. And we have a
Yeah.
couple of other things that are coming out really
Making the
soon, which we're
mundane
really
fabulous, you
excited
know?
about.
Yes.
Yes, make the mundane fab. And then of course we have our spirit and soul teas, all intention based teas.
Mhm.
We have all Frank's products, but that's like a Frank product, you
Yeah.
know. But these are the physical products
Mhm.
that Brittany and I will create together, and they're so much fun. We love
Mhm.
doing it.
I'm so excited I, like, wanna talk about all the new stuff, but I
I
can't. I'm so
know. I know.
excited.
We actually just finalized something right before we
Yeah,
came
yeah,
on
I'm
here.
like that's why I kept my mouth shut. I'm like, "How far are we
Yeah, we're like, what are
going?
we doing?
When does this come out?"
It comes out next week, so
Yeah.
we can't talk
No,
about it.
not even close.
But yeah, I mean, and again, all of this is for you. When we say manifest your best
Mhm.
life, like what does manifest your best life mean to you?
To me, it means you becoming the most authentic version of yourself.
Mm,
Because when it comes down to, at least for me, the more I lean into who I truly and deeply am, I'm gravitating towards the things that are aligned to me. And
mm,
that's automatically manifesting your best life.
I love this so much. For me, like when I think of manifest your best life, it is absolutely like, a formula, right?
Mhm.
Like I have my book coming out, Best Life Code, and
I
it's
can't wait.
and it's
I can't
Britt got
wait.
a
I
sneak peek.
can't wait.
But it's a formula, and
Mhm.
it's a formula that and a big chunk of that formula, it's healing plus manifesting, like, plus intentional living.
Mhm.
This is intentional living. This is looking at your space
Yes.
and everything that Brittany leans into.
And
This
your
is
space being your life too, not
yeah.
just physical space.
Exactly. And your physical
Mhm.
body, right?
Yep.
Like you said, that's one of
Yep.
your homes, as well as the rituals that continuously bring you back into
Mhm.
that intentional living because
Yep.
life can get the best of you.
It has for me
Absolutely.
over and over again.
And so if life is getting the
Mhm.
best of you, you're letting it in some way. You don't even realize it. And so when you are intentional about living your life, you can actually create one that feels really good
Yeah.
that you love. And so that's why these products are really important. The work that Brittany does is really important. All have to make sure that you are following Brittany, that you are following along on her journey, seeing all the different things that she talks about
And I'm a silly
space.
goose on there too, so.
And she talks a lot about astrology and
Yep.
she talks a lot about energy, but and usually always comes back down to and Brittany also does
Mhm.
the full moon circles at Spirit and
Yeah.
Soul. And she really brings it back into like the space
Mhm.
and how you're living. So she has a really like so many great tips about it. So make sure that you guys are following Brittany. And of course, I would love to hear from you on the Spirit and Soul channel. Tell us what resonated with you the most. And we would love to
Yep.
hear from you. If you have any questions for Brittany, you can reach out to her. You can
Always
reach
DM me.
out.
I love chatting with you guys. It's so
Yeah,
fun. It's one
for
of my favorite
sure.
things.
Well, Brittany, thanks so much for coming on the
Thank you.
podcast. I
I
appreciate
always love
you.
coming on. It's so much fun.
So much fun. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the
Thank
next episode.
you. Bye.